Starting point guard Xavier Johnson was arrested over the weekend for reckless driving and resisting arrest.
They only have 2 goals since September 12th, and those were scored last weekend against Purdue. Now you look at the flip side, this Maryland team, they only have 3 goals, and those 3 goals have been scored since September 8th. Both of these teams are going to have huge questions on offense. Coach Van Bennekom has told us that he expects this offense to, or anyone on the team, to try to create chaos in order to get something going and for this IU team to get on the board. Now, it's going to be a cold night, and we all know offenses in the cold tend to shiver. Well, Butler's picked to finish 8th in the Big East preseason coaches poll. The Bulldogs are bringing back preseason honorable mention Chuck Harris and adding an additional 4 standout transfers from their programs, all because of one common denominator: head coach Thad Matta. Well, Mackenzie has had her share, getting plenty of these, winning key races against top swim schools such as Virginia, Missouri, and Ohio State. It's swimming for the man on this sideline that brings out the most emotions. Although not the full result that the Maccabi U.S. men's open volleyball team wanted here in Jerusalem, they know that one thing's for sure: they're going to be looking forward to that gold medal rematch against Israel. Reporting from Jerusalem, Evan Kamikow, Maccabi Media. 84-62, your final score from here in Allen Fieldhouse as the defending national champion, number 8 Kansas Jayhawks take down the Indiana Hoosiers. And it was a game in which Indiana again found themselves down double digits early to start, which was just too much to climb back into it.
To swim in his honor or to do something in his honor, it means a lot.
Carlos Nybreff is in Israel this summer to honor his son, Alon, who tragically passed away in the Surfside building collapse in Florida last year. In the last Maccabiah, Alon captained the U.S. under-16 soccer team, and he certainly would have returned to the games once again.
He was supposed to be with us today, but unfortunately, he's not with us. And that's why I got involved with the swimming team, and I decided to swim in his honor.
Carlos competed in his first Maccabiah 37 years ago as a track star for Argentina. He won medals for the South American country, but it was his son that helped switch his allegiance to the Stars and Stripes. A muscle injury ended Carlos's medal hopes in the 200-meter freestyle. But it's not about his finish, it's about diving right back in.
It's a moment where you start living again and think about something positive rather than something negative with what I wake up every day.
Although Nybreff didn't get the result he wanted to today, his connection with Maccabi USA and the greater Israeli community continues to grow stronger as each day passes.
I believe that the relationship between both countries is unique because we know, both of us, that we can trust each other and we are in anywhere we need to support one another.
Nybreff's love for Israel is even deeper than most. It was this country's defense forces, the IDF, which was working at the site in Surfside and found Alon's body in the rubble.
Only one group in the world that I knew was able to at least recover the bodies, because we knew that the chance to find somebody alive was very, very slim.
Although the pain will never go away, Alon's memory propelled Carlos to a silver medal in the 4x50 relay. Reporting from Netanya, Evan Kamikow, Maccabi Media. After a bumpy first half, the Indiana men's basketball team found its footing and got a season-opening victory 88-53 against Morehead State.
This was the first game for these guys. I don't know if they were jittery or not, but I thought we came out with a great start, but you got to give Morehead State some credit. I thought the second half we turned it up from a defensive standpoint and did what we had to do to secure the win.
Well, Trace Jackson-Davis was back to his dominant self tonight, scoring 15 points. It was actually Indiana's bench that ignited Assembly Hall, going on a 14-0 run when the game was tied at 21 early in the first half.
I feel like, and we feel like we have 10 starters, 11 starters, 12 starters. So when that second group comes in, there should be no drop-off. Malik's been playing great. JG's been playing great. And then Fino's running that second team.
The starters who start the game, it's important for us to come in with energy. And when energy is applied, it's always going to show. It's going to show on the court. You know what I mean? Like, we want a little run. We got some stops, got some easy points. That's what you need when you come off the bench to have that, that pop to keep you in.
The Hoosiers' defense gave up only 24 points in the second half.
but going 12 of 21 from the free throw line still concerns Coach Woodson.
I say defensively we did a solid job. I thought our switching, we got burned a couple times, but for the most part, I thought our switching was on par. So I just don't like the fact that we're missing free throws. That's really bothering me as a coach.
Indiana improves to 1-0 and faces Bethune-Cookman on Thursday. From Assembly Hall, Evan Kamikow, IUSTV Sports. Like Coach Woodson said, the Hoosiers cannot come out flat and in a hole. Otherwise, Kansas will run away with this game really early. Let's take a look at the opponent, the Kansas Jayhawks, who are coming off the border showdown against Missouri. And yeah, this one was as bad as you expected. A packed house in Missouri, but that didn't matter as Indiana, the Hoosiers, will have their hands full with this guy right here. It's Grady Dick. He goes up and under with a nice finish to get Kansas on the board early. And Dick, he could beat you about everywhere, but this time dishes to KJ Adams inside, who finished with 19, which was third on the team behind this guy. The leading scorer for the Jayhawks, Jalen Wilson, finished with 24 and got nothing but net on this three to put the game away. Kansas with the road win, 95-67. Guys, we know this is going to be a tough battle, but Hank, what has to happen for Indiana to win this game tomorrow? Well, it was another busy offseason week from Indiana men's basketball, but we start with the biggest news so far. Starting point guard Xavier Johnson was arrested over the weekend for reckless driving and resisting arrest. Johnson was behind the wheel Saturday night and was caught traveling at 90 miles per hour on North Walnut Street. Fellow starter Parker Stewart was also in the car with Johnson, but not involved. Johnson, who averaged 12.1 points per game and 5.1 assists per game for IU this season, will face charges that are a Class 6 felony for resisting law enforcement and a Class C misdemeanor for reckless driving. No comment has been made by Coach Woodson yet, but IU Athletics stated that they will continue to gather facts, cooperate with, and monitor the legal process. A big day for Indiana Athletics as we have breaking news out of Indiana basketball. I'm Evan Kamikow. Head coach Mike Woodson announced the departure of assistant coach and former IU basketball player Dane Fife. In a statement, Woodson said, "I am committed to doing what I believe is best for the continued growth of our men's basketball program." Jack Tuttle got the start. He finds Peyton Hendershot for the 7-yard touchdown. Game tied at 7. But like the weather, this got ugly early in Bloomington. Buckeyes having their way at the Rock. First, it's Travion Henderson scampering in for the 21-yard score. Ohio State back in front. Xavier Johnson gonna do it himself. A stellar night for him. Drives in the lane, lays it in. High fives fans. In the end, one is good. Indiana gonna win it 76-74. They take on the Louisiana Raging Cajuns on Sunday.